He needs another round.
His heart rate's plummeting.
We need to push atropine 0.5 milligrams. We need to set him up to be paced and prep a dopamine drip.
Fight for us, Brando. Remember what we mean to each other.
3 men appeared to have been trying to steal a catalytic converter when the owner of the car, who family has identified as 37-year-old Johnny Wactor, unintentionally stopped.
The entertainment industry experienced a devastating loss as actor Johnny Wactor, known for his role in General Hospital, was shot down. The 37-year-old's last moments were nothing less than heroic as he saved his coworker. However, he left behind a community mourning and calling for justice. On May 25, 2024, Friday, Johnny was working his shift as a bartender at Level 8 in downtown Los Angeles. He got off work at around 3:15 a.m. and walked to his car, as he usually did, to head home on the 1200 block of Hope Street. However, an unexpected scene greeted the actor. A group of men huddled around his car, raising it up with a floor jack. Johnny's first thought was that it might be getting towed. Without any idea of what was to come, he walked up to the group and asked them to politely leave his car. However, the next instant, the reality of the situation dawned on Wactor, as one of the men pulled out his gun and fired at close range, shooting Johnny in the chest. As Wactor lay on the ground in the arms of a friend present at the scene, the suspects made their escape. He fought hard to stay alive, but the damage was too severe. Police officers and help arrived at the scene around 3:25 a.m. Johnny was promptly transferred to a local hospital for medical treatment, but unfortunately, he lost the battle for life and was pronounced dead at the hospital within hours of the shooting. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner Office has ruled his passing a homicide. As of this moment, police are investigating the case.
Lynette, John, good morning. I just got off the phone with the LAPD, who tell me, unfortunately, no arrests have been made. The search continues for the person responsible. And the shooting, the deadly shooting, it happened right here near the corner of Pico and Hope, not far from Crypto.com Arena, according to LAPD.
They're combing through surveillance footage at the moment to nail down the suspects. So far, according to the information released to the public, the suspects were wearing dark clothing and were driving a dark-colored sedan. They fled the scene northbound on Hope Street. According to the eyewitness report, the suspects planned to steal the catalytic converter to later sell and earn money. Catalytic converters have recently gained popularity among thieves since they are easily stolen and fetch a high price on the market, given the various precious metals like platinum. According to reports, California sees 37% of catalytic converter thefts nationwide. 1,600 thefts involving these converters are reported monthly.
Armed men who stole a catalytic converter from a woman's Toyota Prius. Now, it happened on Tuesday morning.
We've seen where they quickly, like NASCAR, they get the jacks, jack them up, cut them off, keep an eye out for security and the cops, walk out of here and get these items, $300 a piece, generally.
Since the incident, Johnny's friend, Anita Joy, who was with him at the time, has spoken out. In a heartfelt post on Instagram, Anita detailed the events that went down, writing, "He was killed senselessly by a coward who reacted without care of the gorgeous life he was taking. So I'm angry, I'm sad, and I'm all the feelings at once. But above, I am here for Johnny's justice. My friend of 8 years went from laughing together, working side by side, leaving our bartending shift and walking to our cars, to him dying in my arms in the streets of DTLA in the dark hours of 3 a.m. There are plenty of articles out now with the basic details of this horrific story, which comes down to a few criminals trying to steal a car part, and all they took was my friend's life. Everything happened in an instant. I've come to describe it as a glass of water that gets tipped over. You're scrambling to grab it and save it from spilling out completely, but it just runs through your fingers and it's gone. We cautiously approached the men, questioning what they were doing, at first thinking the car was being towed. We were no threat, and Johnny kept his cool as he always did, simply stating that it was his car and for them to leave, hands open to his sides in peace. Johnny was between me and the man who shot him. As I heard the shot ring into the night, he forcefully tumbled back into my arms, and as I grabbed for him, I shouted, "Honey, you okay?" And he only responded, "Nope, shot." We toppled onto the street, where I pushed my legs under him and tried to hold his body up while screaming for help and screaming at him to stay with me. One of our security guards from work was crossing the street shortly after and ran to us with 911 on the phone. We tied my denim jacket around him to stop the bleeding, and Brian proceeded to try CPR on him. I'm so thankful for Brian showing up, trying with all his might to save Johnny. It was too close range, too extreme of a wound for him to survive, but God, he fought to stay. I am utterly heartbroken and so very angry. My only peace is that I was with him, and this didn't happen to him alone. My other peace will be seeing these awful men brought to justice. She also directed fans to an online fundraiser organized by Johnny's godmother to support the family in her Instagram bio. The actor's mom, Johnny Wactor, has also spoken up since the incident. In an interview with NBC News, she revealed the details of exactly what went down.
Johnny thought that he was being towed. He said, "Hey man, you towed my car." And when the person looked up, they had on a mask, and Johnny stepped in front of the coworker.
Though Scarlett is struggling to wrap her head around the tragedy, she feels pride in the fact that her son's acts were those of a hero.
And he was shot. When
you heard Johnny's final act in life was to protect someone else's.
I mean, you know, I use the word hero, and I'm thankful that that person is okay. And that when he died, he wasn't alone.
She also called her son's killers evil for taking a life over a catalytic converter. As of right now, Scarlett has received no updates from the police about her son's killers. She said, "I hope that's a good thing, because my thought is usually whatever they have, they've got to follow the lead, run it through. Why would you call the mother like, yeah, we got something? Or even if they have something, you know they're not going to tell me. I get that." In the meanwhile, she's been nursing her wounds by watching her favorite clips of Johnny on General Hospital.
It's gonna take me a minute to relearn how to just live.
That said, Scarlett is fighting the good fight for her son. She's searching for ways to work with the city's council and raising her voice for change. She was reported saying on a call with Fox News, "If you're a bar down there, you stay open past 10 or midnight, you should provide parking. You should provide an escort. I mean, that's just stupid. And they can do it. These are multi-million-dollar companies. They need to do it. And to me, the city needs to make them do it. It would help." That said, council member Kevin DeLeon has reached out to Scarlett. He released a statement on June 1st, 2024, saying, "I have been in contact with Johnny's mother to offer the heartfelt condolences of everyone in our city and to assure her that we are committed to ensuring justice for Johnny. I'm working closely with LAPD Central Homicide Division to make sure they dedicate the necessary resources and support to conduct a thorough and swift investigation. And our community deserves to feel safe, and we will not rest until those responsible are held accountable. I urge anyone with information about this incident to come forward to assist in the investigation." Former fiancée Tessa Farrell also stepped up to talk about the tragedy. The two crossed paths in 2013 after Tessa moved to Los Angeles to pursue acting. However, they called off their engagement in the late 2010s.
I was able to reconnect with a family, and it's really hard because they just need a moment of privacy right now. It's hard for me to talk because I said I would talk on the show before I spoke with them, but they want more silence right now while they grieve.
Tessa urged news outlets to focus on the investigation at hand instead of diving into the past with the late actor.
If anyone has information, please submit it to the LAPD.
She also drew attention to the worsening crime situation in the city and how authorities should be doing something to address the matter now more than ever. She hopes that Wactor's passing will inspire a step in the right direction and more rigorous efforts on the part of the authorities.
I would be happy to speak to it more, but, you know, out of respect for his mother, she asked me to not speak today about any more details on it. But everyone knows that there's rising crime rates in the city, and it's been a problem, and it's going to continue to be a problem if we don't do something. And hopefully this can spark some real change to improve the city.
Tessa also showed her engagement ring. Apparently, when Johnny popped the question, instead of getting Tessa a diamond, the pair chose to use a ring from her grandparents, who had been married for 50 years. Friends and family members of the actor have also come together in the wake of the shooting, asking for change. They asked authorities to issue a $25,000 reward for information that could help track down Wactor's killers. But more importantly, a news release from the group reads, "Unfortunately, what happened to Johnny can and is likely to happen again." And Johnny's family and friends are urging local community leaders to explore legislative and municipal actions that will hopefully not only lead to breakthroughs in Johnny's case, but that will also help make the city that Johnny chose to call home safe. This should be important to us all. And they couldn't be more right. According to figures from Neighborhood Scout, LA is safer than only 7% of US cities. The group also highlighted the fact that there is a 1 in 119 chance of being a victim of a violent crime in LA. These concerns are not baseless, as according to stats, the crimes per square mile in Los Angeles sit at a dangerous 290 compared to California's 84. Even though the Los Angeles Police Department highlighted that violent crimes in the city had reduced by 3.2% in 2023 compared to 2022, the rising crime rates are still a pressing matter that needs to be addressed. Wactor's loved ones led a march to City Hall on June 12, 2024 to honor Wactor's memory. Meanwhile, the same LAPD report detailed how homicides were down by 17%, while property crimes increased by 3.5% and thefts by 16% in the city.
So like, for example, beginning of March, we were at a 30.8% increase in our homicide number. That may seem extremely high, and it is. One homicide's too many, right? But as we look now in the past 7 weeks, they've continued to decrease, and now we're about +6 or 7.6% up in our homicides.
That said, the LAPD has been taking steps to address the issue, like establishing the Organized Retail Crime Task Force, which made more arrests in 2023 than in previous years. City Councilman John Lee also approved a motion to give $50,000 to the Los Angeles Bureau of Street Lighting and LADOT for installation of cameras in the district north of Rinaldi Street, which saw a 103% increase in burglaries. According to LAPD Chief Michael Moore, technology is a crucial element in advancing the safety of Los Angeles, including incorporating cutting-edge technologies. I want to express my gratitude to Councilmember Lee for his support and investment in automated license plate readers for the LAPD, which has already proven to be a successful initiative in other communities. As for Johnny, friends and family have taken to social media to honor the actor's memory. Johnny's agent, David Shaw, spoke to Variety saying, "Johnny Wactor was a spectacular human being, not just a talented actor who was committed to his craft, but a real moral example to everyone who knew him, standing for hard work, tenacity, and a never-give-up attitude. In the highs and lows of a challenging profession, he always kept his chin up and kept striving for the best he could be. Our time with Johnny was a privilege we would wish on everyone. He would literally give you the shirt off his back. After over a decade together, he will leave a hole in our hearts forever." Micah Parker, who had the opportunity to work with Johnny, wrote, "This guy deserved the front page on Deadline for his talent, his skill, and his art, not this. I'm very angry that this kind of stuff is tolerated." Meanwhile, Wactor's acting coach, Stuart Rogers, was beside himself with anger over the tragedy, writing, "I'm pissed that he was killed over a catalytic converter." Mike Silver, who directed Wactor's first film, The Interrogation, said, "This guy was just a true team player. He had no sense of his celebrity or what he had accomplished. He was always just wide, curious, and interested." Meanwhile, the official Instagram account for the drama that put Johnny in the spotlight also posted a heartfelt message in the wake of the incident. The entire General Hospital family is heartbroken to hear of Johnny Wactor's untimely passing. He was truly one of a kind and a pleasure to work with each and every day. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his loved ones during this difficult time. Meanwhile, Sophia Matson, who played Wactor's on-screen wife, also shared her thoughts about losing Johnny. She described how Wactor was a gem of a person. She particularly recalled him feeling super goofy, and as someone who can make others around them feel comfortable and at home while on the carpet for the 2024 Daytime Emmy Awards. She also delved into details about her favorite memory of Johnny while working with him on the soap opera. It was an emotional storyline where their characters lost a baby. It was so beautiful watching him make the reality of becoming a father a reality for himself. Wactor was born on August 31, 1986 in Charleston, South Carolina. He grew up playing around on the streets of Somerville and graduated from Somerville High School in 2004. Afterward, Johnny attended the College of Charleston, where he studied business administration. Heck, he even graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish in May 2009. According to his mother, Johnny had always dreamed of being an actor. He turned his dreams into a reality by debuting on Army Wives, taking on various guest roles from 2007 to 2009. However, it was his role in 164 episodes of the popular drama General Hospital between 2020 and 2022 as Brando Corbin that put him on the map.
Brando, what are you doing here?
Is it true? Are you pregnant?
He's also proven his talents in the video game Call of Duty Vanguard and series Westworld. You may also remember him from films such as Supercell and USS Indianapolis: Men of Courage. Despite his success, Wactor never let the fame and money get to him. During the industry-wide Hollywood strikes in 2023, Johnny was one of the few actors who hit the picket lines, raising his voice for the rights of the SAG-AFTRA members.
We're giving independent and up-and-coming writers an opportunity as well to showcase what they can do.
And so Wactor's death has left behind a void in the entertainment industry, as well as in the hearts of those who worked with him. But more importantly, the tragedy calls for a change in addressing the increasing crimes in the streets of Los Angeles and the growing problems of catalytic converter thefts. And that's all for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Wactor family and friends in this time of need. Remember to subscribe, look both ways, and stay safe out there.